Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and go over the scenario number three. Okay, so taking a look at it, it looks like we're going to do a local flight in Jacksonville airport area. It says the CFI's family's in town. They want to ride along and basically see what he does, which I have no problem with that sometimes, unless they're a distraction. And then it says you're the private pilot with instrument rating, which is good. You're almost done with your commercial training, and you're just trying to do your last few lessons here before your check ride sign off. And you're used to flying around in Florida and seeing the thunderstorms. Okay, so this is kind of like a pretty typical Florida trip. Looking at the METAR and weather and everything here, everything looks just like flying in Florida. You know, it rains between 3 and 5 p.m. every day, so that's to be expected. I can immediately see that there's going to be some pressure on you as a pilot because you're the student trying to finish up your training. You want to get that done. So you're thinking, I want to get out the door, get this done. Not necessarily for the CFI's family, but because I need to do my training before my check ride and stay current and, get those last few problem areas kind of like addressed. So I can see a potential conflict between I need to get out to do my training, and the CFI's family's running late. They stopped to get lunch. They got lost on the way. They don't know where they are. They want to talk to their son as soon as they get there because they miss him. Whatever. So there's gonna be like delays, and then you feel the pressure because it's Florida. The weather's gonna be bad in the afternoon. You're trying to get out as soon as you can. The aircraft um, says that it's a 172S with G1000. Okay, so it's a TAA, and your school owns a plane, and you've been using it frequently, which is good. So you're current, but you've never flown it fully loaded before. Okay, so risks involved with flying it fully loaded is going to be you're going to have a much higher takeoff speed and a longer takeoff run because of the extra weight. You'll be flying with a higher angle of attack, with more parasitic drag, more induced drag, and you'll have to fly a faster airspeed to stay ahead of the power curve. So basically, what that means is like you're kind of like flying with a set of flaps in. Um, you're gonna be flying a little bit slower. Your maneuverability hopefully it's not affected too much, but you'll notice the difference if you are within your weight limits. I'm assuming he's loading it within weight limits. It says gross weights. That's fine. Um, and then, of course, on landing, you're going to have a longer landing roll. You're going to be a higher approach speed, um, more weight on the wheels coming down, and coupling that with we know it's going to be thunderstorms in the area, so maybe turbulence, a little bit of choppiness, with loss of maneuverability. So that's what I would expect with that. The environment. So it's a sweltering summer day in Florida. I don't know what day it's not. And your flight scheduled 3 to 5 p.m. Most likely the wind's going to rain. So let's take a look. The METAR data says scattered 4,200, 12 knot winds, and I mean, you get 10 miles of visibility, but the clouds are broken. There's layers of clouds and it's scattered. And it also has a note here that a remark that there's lightning distant. Okay, so lightning's a big no-no, but the winds, having a stronger wind might actually help you in this case. And then the clouds definitely not going to help your case because it's going to be a very bumpy ride. And but not all the time are scatter clouds, at that level going to be bad, so you'd have to look out the window too. And then the temperature is 2.28, and altimeter is 3013. So it's about 1100 density altitude, which isn't too bad either. The TAF for Jacksonville. So let's see. So it looks like the ones are staying the same. There's rain showers in the vicinity coming on later at, let's see, 1500 to be 11 a.m. 02 is 10. Okay, so we're really looking at the first line here because that's about 4 o'clock. So it's right along with the METAR data. Scattered 4,000 and winds 11 knots. Okay, winds at altitude look fine. And then we have here a radar. And yep, so here's Jacksonville. We've got thunderstorms to the northwest. The note says storms are moving north-northwest. Doesn't necessarily mean there's not going to be something here coming in from the water side. That's typically how it is. It just kind of like forms right over the land as it's coming across from the water. And so, you could have storms popping up when you're trying to come back to actually land as well. So, that area off to the north-northwest may not be like an issue, but, you could have a thunderstorm develop right over where you're at in Jacksonville. And external pressures, second last flight before you check ride. Okay. And they're only here for this weekend. Yeah, honestly, like it doesn't really concern me if his family's here and they want to go along. Like that's not my problem. Like I fired one instructor already because he brought his girlfriend. I don't really care about that stuff. So, it's on my dime. I'm here to get training. I'm trying to prepare for my check ride, not really entertain people. So the external pressure doesn't really bother me. The storm system, if it's within my limitations, I'm comfortable flying that. That's not a problem. There is rain down there, and everything else looks okay. I would say the biggest thing for him flying is going to be flying at gross weight, which, if anything, would be really good practice to learn how to do. But having that lightning off in the distance, I mean, they say lightning can strike in clear skies, right? So yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean because it's over there, it's going to stay there. It could be showing up in your area. So that being said, I personally wouldn't do the flight because of the lightning risk. Because I don't think it would be an enjoyable flight for the family to even come along on because it's going to be raining and cloudy and bumpy, and they're not going to probably enjoy it in the back of a little airplane. And the last thing is you're there to try to prepare for your check ride, and you're not going to have a full family coming along with you on your check ride either. So why practice all your maneuvers and stuff with that particular load? Then you should just fly with 2 people in the front seat and get as proficient at that as you can. Building up your confidence prior to the check ride is probably like the number one thing. At this point, he probably already knows everything. He's just doing a refresher. So I think you could do more harm than good by going out and practicing something with a different angle of attack, a different feel. And then, you're not probably not going to get it right away. It's going to feel a little bit uneasy. You're not going to get really good training for your check ride. You might get good training for flying fully loaded at gross weight. But that's not really like the priority right here. So I personally wouldn't do it. And I would, recommend they go out with somebody else, So that concludes the video here. And I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.